Welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and this is your weekly horoscope forecast for all of the zodiac signs for the week of October the 8th through the 14th, 2018. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into your horoscopes for this week. Aries. This week for you, Aries, there's a lot of focus around your money. With the Venus retrograde, there's just so much focus around your money and what is coming in right now, the projects that you're working on. There's also a lot of focus on your emotions. So it's like you are chasing, in a way, opportunities. You're chasing where the money is at. That's where you want to be right now. And you're also finding that your emotions are leading you to happiness with this. But at the same time, those of you that would be in a relationship right now, there is some darkness that surrounds some of you that would be in a relationship right now. There could be disagreements this week with the retrograde. There could be some deep feelings of deception or some things that are being kept secret, but you're cutting through all of this and you're coming ahead. You're getting more powerful and understanding that money isn't everything, even though it does make you happy. Sometimes you put more of your focus on your career than your personal life, because again, you need to survive. Obviously, we all need money to survive, and we need it to pay bills and whatnot. But Spirit this week is saying basically that there needs to be more focus around a relationship. There are some issues there that that are lingering. If you're single, then this wouldn't apply to you specifically. But it feels like right now this week that you're not moving ahead as fast as you are feeling like you would have wanted to in many things. So if you feel like you are kind of slower on getting certain things done, it's the energy of the Venus retrograde. And this retrograde is until November. So a lot of you are going to be feeling like there's a lot of pressure. There's deadlines. You may not feel very comfortable being around people. Your moods may be a little fluctuating here and there. There could be a very strong male energy that is really, you know, like I said, lying. This, whether you're a male or female, if you have a partner that is a male energy, there is going to be someone that fits that category, and there are some things that are not being said. There's some secrets, and it's just a lot of darker energy that needs to be addressed. This person is living more in their shadow self and embracing a lot of darker themes in their life right now. And it's just something where they need healing, and they need to release this so they can move on and feel better and get out of this energy that they're going to be stuck in most of this week. So this is going to be what I see for Aries for this week. Taurus, this week for you, Taurus, it's going to be a week in which you are going to be finding that when it comes to your emotions and coming to decisions in your life, it's like you are now at the point where you want to offer someone maybe your love or profess your love to them, or you want to take a more of a different approach in your relationship and in your love life area. But for a lot of you out there, you're going to be finding with the Venus retrograde that it is going to be affecting a lot of this. So it wouldn't be an ideal time to kind of come out and really, you know, it all depends on your free will, how you feel. But energetically, this week is not a good week to, you know, really kind of come out with communication, because it could be very misconstrued. If you express your feelings, it could have the opposite effect. So what you will be focusing on is giving someone your love and your attention. It's a lot about emotional bonding this week for you. That's going to be very important. And then you have a lot of juggling that you're doing between two decisions right now. So a lot of you could have two choices, two directions that you want to go. Regardless if this is your work life or this is your love life, but there's two different decisions that you're kind of like juggling back and forth, and you haven't made it. And this feels like it's all pertaining around your work life when it comes to your money. There's a cycle of, you know, having some hardships this week with money, and then being okay, and then contemplating overall for the, you know, the last couple of months how your situation has been with money. A lot of you also could be going through some deep emotional pain if you just came out of a breakup, or a lot of you could be going through a breakup, but there's a lot of pain, feeling of being backstabbed or betrayed by someone. And so this is going to be something where it's going to require, and this happens like towards the end of the week, where you start focusing more on that. And you're going to have to really have patience and know that justice is going to be occurring, but it's all in divine timing. So if you've been hurt right now, it's really a time to go within and kind of purify a lot of these feelings and these emotions that you've been feeling. The energy has been very intense over the last couple of weeks with all these retrogrades happening this year, specifically, the last couple of months. So it is a time for you to really consider everything. And it feels like towards the end of the weekend, you start getting more clarity, and you're able to get more balance in your life when it comes to your emotions and the way that you express things and the way that you're feeling overall. You may feel very drained energetically during the week, especially going into the weekend. And then by the end of the weekend, you'll feel a lot better and more energized and have a clearer perspective. So this was your horoscope for the sign of Taurus. Gemini, there is a lot going on with you this week, Gemini. This week is going to be a week in which you are feeling like you deserve to be justified. You deserve justice. There's a lot of things that have been happening over the last couple of months. You've kept your tongue quiet. You've kept your mouth shut. You haven't really expressed yourself the way that you want to, and some of you may have. But for the most part, a lot of you have kind of, retracted more, which is very odd because I'm a Gemini myself. So, I'm really talking to myself too, and anybody else that's a Gemini. But there has been a lot of things that you've been wanting to say. Some of you have said it, have gotten it out, off of your chest. You feel better and you feel lighter, whether this was you, expressing how you feel towards people, or you deciding that you're no longer going to tolerate being treated horribly in a job, or, in your family. There's a lot of different things that are happening right now with you when it comes to the way that you're treated and the way that you're handling and responding. That normally we would be very outspoken and we would, defend ourselves. But the last couple of weeks, it feels like almost like we would be the opposite and be more emotional and maybe more withdrawn and not letting everybody else know. And a lot of people that know us very well would be finding that it's very odd for a Gemini to be quiet. And when we are quiet that something is very wrong, and people around us will know that. So there's an element of heartbreak here this week for Geminis. Whether you are hoping to be with someone, or someone is currently dating someone, like a third-party situation. There's a lot of heartbreak right now for Gemini, a lot of pain. You are one of the most loyal signs in the zodiac, and so you would be experiencing a lot of pain, more so than others. There could be a relationship where there, like I said, third-party situation where somebody that you love is with someone else, but that other person is only there with that other person for convenience. Whether it's money, or physical, whatever it is, and you are trying to, figure it all out, and you feel responsible in many ways. But you need to not take the blame for that, and a lot of you are struggling with that. A lot of you are going through periods right now where you would be kind of feeling defeated. This week, you may feel like you just don't have the strength anymore to continue going. A lot of you would be kind of walking away from it. And you may have won, but you feel very battered and just tired. This has been so draining for you. But you need to know that there's a lot of other good things that are coming into your life. For those of you that are single Geminis, there's a lot here that it feels like you have your back against a wall and you can't see it right now, but there is someone who is interested in you and ready to offer you a commitment, or them come out and profess how they feel for you. So there's a lot of elements around money and emotions and love, a lot of pain for Gemini this week. It's going to be a very rough week, and I can't, sugarcoat it. Like I said, this may not apply to every Gemini out there, because everybody that is a Gemini out there is living a different life, has different lifestyles. But ultimately, this is what I am seeing and what I'm getting from Spirit for the sign of Gemini for this week. So stay strong, my fellow Geminis. It's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. Just stay positive, stay rooted in your faith, and don't give up. And this was the horoscope for this week for Gemini. All right, Cancer, Moonchild, this week for you, what is going on with Cancer? So this week for you, Cancer, there's a lot of battling that's going on. It's like I feel like you're almost working double time in your work life, in your home life. There's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of emotions. You feel like you are going 100 miles per hour and you're giving, giving, giving. People are not taking you into consideration, your time, your energy, and your effort. But you are very strong, and this is all making you stronger. So whatever lessons you're going through right now in your life, whether it's tied to a relationship, whether it's tied to your work, whether it's a creative project that you've been working very, very hard, a lot of you have your mindset on getting that creative project off the ground or a business venture and want to see it succeed. But right now, Spirit is saying there may be some delays. It's not going to happen when you want it to happen, but more than when it's divine timing. And right now, Spirit is also saying that it is going to take time. You're planting the seeds. You're working very extremely hard right now on getting to the goals that you have set for yourself, but you need to be patient. There's also going to be you feeling like you are kind of moving. So a lot of you could be moving either to a different place, or being out on the road a lot and getting clarity when you're out on the road in your vehicle riding around. But there's something that you are kind of fighting. You have to fight for this week. That's the energy that you need to fight whatever and stand your ground. Whatever is bothering you, whoever is trying to stop your progress and your hard work, you need to stand your ground. It won't be easy. And I almost feel like this pertained more to your family side, but it could be very well more for your work life. But I feel like it's more family related, what Spirit is saying, and basically that you just need to know that you will walk away victorious from this, but you're not going to be happy from the end result. So whatever is going on in your life right now, this is not, whether you have the upper hand and you are successful in completing your mission, there's someone that is fighting you in some area of your life right now, and it's causing a lot of emotional distress, a lot of mental distress, spiritual distress. And so regardless of the situation, you have a good heart, and it's not going to be something where you're like, hoorah, I'm happy and this is, was victorious. This was a victory for me. Go me. That's not how you're going to feel. You're going to feel the opposite. You're going to have compassion, and you're going to be feeling emotional and thinking, God, why did I have to go through this hard lesson? Why me? Why now? And that's kind of the energy that is happening this week for a lot of the Cancer signs out there. Like I said, this may not apply to everybody, but for a couple of y'all or most of y'all, this is kind of the energy of how this week feels like. So this was the horoscope for this week for the sign of Cancer. All right, Leo, this week for you, Leo, there's a lot of things that are going on this week for you, okay? So right now you are staying very positive. There's a lot of focus around your love life. You could be waiting for someone, waiting for a situation, and you feel a lot of stagnation when it comes to your love life. But Spirit is saying right now you need to get on your horse and you need to gallop towards your destination and be open. There is a lot of focus around your family. Those of you that would be single parents, or you are divorced and you have partial custody of your children, there's a lot of focus around your children and around your family, and your family makes you feel complete and whole. But when it comes to your life, there's something that needs to crumble, something that is going to be changing this week, and it's not going to be necessarily easy, but it's needed, and it's divine intervention this week. So a lot of you would be experiencing that there is some sudden change, abrupt change that is entering in one area of your life, whether this is your home life, or it's your emotions, your love life, or it's work life. But there's changes that are on the horizon this week. They take place, and it almost feels like you are coming out of this okay, and you kind of have a perspective as to what has happened, but don't let it get you sidetracked from it. There is a female energy that this would be either if you are in a relationship, this would be your partner, if she's a female, or this could be a family member, this could be an ex, but there's someone who is feeling like they can't see the light. They are in a very depressive state. I don't care, you know, how they may project themselves on social media or on Facebook or Instagram, and they're posting selfies that they're just happy and as can be, and you know they are Miss Thing, this and this and this. That's not the energy. It's almost like a facade. So regardless of what you're seeing and what you're perceiving at the visual, you know, at your visual level, spiritually and intuitively, a lot of you can see past that. And for those of you that can't, just know what I'm saying is that Spirit is saying that there is a facade that is being put forward. So a lot of these, you know, it's almost like a masquerade party, and everybody's going with their mask on, and everybody has a mask and everyone looks the same, happy. But until you pull that mask down, you actually see the person, look them in their eyes, look into their eyes, you will not see the actual pain or the suffering that they're going through. So this is going to be something that's a very intense week for Leos out there when it comes to dealing with memories, past memories, families, relationships that you are in now or have been. With the Venus retrograde, it's going to bring all of this to the surface. So you need to stay very grounded, meditate, pray, light some candles, work with some essential oils. Get yourself out into nature, go to the beach if weather permits. But basically you need to do something to kind of ground you and protect your energy, because again, you're going to feel this week is very, very intense. And that is the horoscope for this week for the sign of Leo. Virgo, this week for you, Virgo. Let's see what's in store for Virgo for this week. So this week, Virgo, there's a lot of secrets that you're holding on to, and Spirit is aware of it. And they're asking, why are you holding on to those secrets, Virgo? What is really going on? What are you holding back inside of you that you don't want anyone else to know? What are you not saying? There's a lot of mysticism around you. You've been keeping these secrets, and there's something that you want to say, and it's going to have an impact. And this may not necessarily be a bad secret, but there's something. And the only thing with secrets is when you are a light worker and you are someone who holds on to a high vibration, secrets, even if there are secrets that you're holding within, it lowers your vibration, and a lot of people don't realize that. So whatever you are holding on to and you're not confessing or letting someone else know, you create this space in you where it creates like fear in many ways, and that fear is a low vibration, and it brings you down because you don't want someone else maybe to know your innermost deepest desires, your thoughts, what is happening. So this is going to be a week in which you need to kind of really contemplate, should I continue to hold on to the secret? Is it healthy? But you feel, you know, when later in this week you feel almost like you are alone, and maybe this is why you can't give away what you are really are feeling. There's an element of, yes, I am okay financially, or yes, I'm okay emotionally, but at the same time I feel very lonely, and I look out into the world and I see no, I don't feel like I fit in, or I don't feel like I have people that understand me. And how can people understand you if you're holding on to that secret? So this is what Spirit is talking about, that whatever you're holding on deep inside and you have not yet, you know, let go of, you need to do that. And it feels like later this week you may feel like there's a lot of different options, that you are surrounded by many different things, but and different people and energies, but you still are holding on to something. You are feeling very stubborn. You're feeling very much like you need to justify yourself to certain people this week, and that through that justification, you're going to be finding that there's a finality to a situation. So whoever you're fighting, or whoever's fighting you, whatever's going on that is very intense, this comes across as very intense, and now you feel like you may have the upper hand. Spirit is saying that there is a finality to all of this, and so you will be finding that you are able to kind of be more yourself, be more jovial, and kind of express all of this once and for all. Get it out of you. It's not good to be in this kind of vibration. But I understand with the Venus retrograde that has taken place, it's going to be something that will affect this in many ways. So it's understandable, but you need to be at the highest level and the highest vibration for yourself. And this is the only way that you can do it. So this is the horoscope for Virgo for this week. Libra. Hello, Librans out there. This week for you, Libra, it is going to be a week in which you're feeling tired. Let's just face it, this whole Venus retrograde thing, it's horrible. All of these retrogrades, they're not doing us any favors. All of you out there that are Librans are going to feel moody this week. You're going to feel tired. A lot of you are waking up and realizing that the job that you're in is not making you happy. There's change. You need change. You need vitality. You need sunlight. You need people around you. A lot of you may be working in cubicles, working in enclosed spaces, more solitary. Those of you that are working in retail or in public places and you interact with clients every day or customer service, even though you may be surrounded by people, you also feel very misunderstood. You feel more like an object in that you are just someone who's a money-making machine for the company. You don't feel valued. A lot of you would be feeling not appreciated or not being given the level of respect that you deserve and desire in your workspace. So there's a lot of illumination, a lot of these feelings that you've buried deep inside of you that you haven't really expressed. They're coming to the surface this week. And this is a good thing. This is a very, very good thing, very positive, very strong. And Spirit is telling you that you are going to get into the right, get over this, and it's going to be better for you later in the week. You are feeling a little bit more vindicated. You're feeling like you have the weapons that are necessary, the skill set, the spiritual weapons to really bypass all of this drama that's going on. There's a lot of drama. This is arguments from people, misunderstandings, things being blown out of proportion, and pettiness, just pettiness being expressed towards you, and then you may retaliate and express that same pettiness back to the people. So just know that you have a lot of spiritual weapons at your disposal, like your intuition, your temperance, which is your your actual patience and the way that you interpret things. So there's a lot of different things that are going to help you, not just your intuition, but also your wisdom and your experiences. You need to draw from all of your experiences that you've had thus far in your life, and all of this is going to help you overcome all this adversity that you're feeling now heavily this week and that is weighing heavy on your heart. So this is the horoscope for the sign of Libra. Thank you so much, Libra. Scorpio, this week for you, Scorpio, how are you doing? For those of you that are Scorpios out there, this is going to be a very intense week for you. It is a week in which you are now financially in a better place, but at the same time, you need your space. You need to meditate. You need to relax. You need to connect to your higher self, and Spirit is communicating with you about this. Spirit is also telling you this is going to be a week in which you need to, you really need to move away from a situation that's no longer serving you, whether these are people, places, things. You just need space. You need your space. You're tired. You're tired and you don't feel like, you're feeling good about all of this. So you just need your space. You need your time, your energy. And that's what Spirit is telling you right now, that you need to do that. Kind of move away from a situation that is not serving you. A lot of you that are single Scorpios, someone wants to offer you love. There is something about love and some male energy. This could be someone that is flirting with you, that is expressing themselves now and being more flirty, or someone who you've already been in a relationship that is, sending you text messages that are more salacious or more spicy in that kind of way, romantic. It's going to evoke emotions. This week's all about emotions. Someone is pulling at your heartstrings, and a lot of you out there could be feeling this passion burning deep within inside of you, this desire to be with someone, to be in a relationship, to merge together, whether this is a twin flame or a soulmate. A lot of you would be merging in the 5D and not even be realizing that you're doing this. But there's a lot of intense energy that surrounds you this week, but it's all good. It's all good. But again, there are going to be some strong emotions that are pulling on you. And with Scorpio, the thing is that a lot of you are not used to feeling a lot of emotions. You're like, rawr, you know, like I'm gonna get this done. I'm not gonna focus on this. I'm very passionate when I want to be, but I'm not gonna really focus on my emotions. And this week it's gonna make, like, the Venus retrograde is going to make you feel these things. You're gonna feel these emotions deeply. You're gonna go over past relationships. You're gonna start thinking about, you know, my life has really been, I've really been through the ringer this last couple of months and years. You know, why did I deserve this? There's a lot of you expressing and kind of asking yourself, you know, what was all of this purpose for? What does all of this serve you, you know, for? And it's just preparing, you know, for your spiritual path. We're all on different spiritual journeys. So it's a good week for you, Scorpio, this week. Definitely, you're going to get a lot of insight. You're going to get a lot of answers to the things that you have been seeking. So this was the horoscope for the sign of Scorpio for this week. Sagittarius, this week for you, Sagittarius. Let's see what's in store this week for the horoscope for you. So this week, what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of emotions that that you will be focusing on. There's a lot of pain that you are working through. You could be feeling like you are defeated. You're walking away from a situation, but there's a lot of illumination that is happening from a higher power. Spirit is basically telling you that not all is lost. So those of you that have been heartbroken and have walked away from a situation like a relationship or a connection, a marriage, you've divorced, you know, and you're thinking, I'm not ready to necessarily go and date again, or I'm not ready, I'm not worthy, or you don't feel beautiful enough. Spirit is going to be basically removing and clearing a lot of this baggage through light codes that are going to be downloaded to you through this Venus retrograde. And there's going to be a lot of purification that's going on in your life right now. So a lot of you will be ready and available. There is a male energy out there that is ready to come towards you. And there is a lot of love that is, this week is all about your love life. There's a lot of focus on that. And Spirit is basically saying that there is going to be a connection made between two people. And if it's not happening right now this week for you, it's almost like it's being set up in many ways through the universe, that they are putting these thoughts, and maybe you're focusing a lot on love life right now. And basically it's going to be preparing you for what's to come over the next couple of weeks and months of, you know, this year before it ends. So be prepared. Be prepared for love, Sagittarius. For those of you that are in an existing relationship, there's going to be a lot of good things, good moments being shared. This could be trips, dinner date, going to the movies, going out with a double date, or going out with friends, a celebration. It's just a good time overall in your love life completely. So this is the horoscope for the sign of Sagittarius for this week. Capricorn, this week for you, Capricorn, it is going to be a week in which you are feeling like you need to go deep within. You don't feel like yourself lately. You need some spiritual guidance. A lot of you could be seeking out psychics, mediums. You could be consulting the tarot cards, the oracle cards. A lot of you are searching for deeper answers. There's a lot of things that are going on right now that are more in the mystical and the occult side of yourself. And there's a spiritual awakening right now that you're going through, in which you are wanting these answers, and you're wanting to really understand what is going on, what is happening in your life, what is yet to come in your life. And there's celebrations that are happening, but it feels almost like you are stuck in a third-party situation. There are 3 different people, so it would be you and 2 other people. Maybe it's like a love triangle, and you are in love with someone, but they are with someone else. And so it's like right now you're asking yourself, why do I deserve this? Don't I deserve to be happy? Don't I deserve to be, you know, just be happy once in my life? Why am I being punished? It's not much of a punishment. You could actually be learning a lesson through this whole ordeal, and you could actually be teaching these people something, whether it's your soulmate or it's a twin flame connection, and because we can have multiple soulmates. So let's say you are in a relationship or in a love triangle with a soulmate, and they also are with another soulmate. There's a lesson here, but somebody ultimately is going to be feeling judged this week. So it could be you, because you're very emotional, and you like to have your way. And sometimes it's not going to always come out that way. So Spirit is basically saying that you may be feeling a little hurt ultimately, but it's going to be lying in the destiny and the fates, what happens with this situation. For those of you that are in a similar situation like this, it's like a love triangle. You basically are going to have to wait it out this week. There's a lot of decisions that you have to make, a lot of things that you need to think about very deeply. And so this is going to, like I said, lead you to getting more answers and finding out, what is really going on here? Why is this happening? And it's like I said, what Spirit shows me is that this is all like a lesson for you. So a lot of you are going through some hard lessons. They're not easy. They're not pleasant, but you're going to come out of this stronger, and you're going to come out of this very much wiser. So you need to stick with the faith and don't let your emotions get the best of you, because you are going to be okay. And that's the horoscope for this week for the sign of Capricorn. Aquarius, this week for you, Aquarius. Let's see what's going on for the sign of Aquarius for this week. So this week for you, Aquarius, there's a lot of different questions on your mind. You're going through a more of a sabbatical, more of a spiritual journey right now. A lot of you Aquarians are really fascinated with intellect, with science, with expressing yourself in creative ways. It's all about creativity. And right now it seems like you have two decisions. There's two different things that are weighing heavily. This could be two people, two career paths, two choices. And Spirit is basically telling you, you have time right now. This is about you connecting to your intellectual side, your logical side, and also your spiritual side. What they're wanting you to become more spiritual, and they're wanting you to see that you are strong, even though you may feel like you don't have the answers intuitively, or you can't tune in or connect. You really are connecting, and there's two choices, and it feels like things are now accelerating in your life, meaning that they're moving forward, but you still feel like things are still at a standstill in many ways. You're not necessarily happy with every aspect of your life, but Spirit is telling you, hey, it's okay. It doesn't matter if you're not entirely happy. It's going to be one day at a time, but you're working very hard in your goals. You are someone who is very much driven by success and by money. So Spirit is saying that you're working very hard, and it's like you're planting the seeds and you're working very hard towards your goals, and you're going to get there. You're going to achieve everything that you need to achieve. But there's a certain point this week where you need to kind of sit by yourself. You need to be more by yourself, not with anyone, because when you are by yourself, you're able to connect to the higher power and connect to yourself and really ask yourself, what is making me happy? Do I feel fully fulfilled inside? Do I feel like there's something empty? Who makes me feel complete inside? Who makes me feel whole as a person? What makes me feel whole as a person? There's all these questions, and it's very much in the mysterious side of yourself. You're the type of sign that may not necessarily let anyone know your deepest and darkest secrets, what your plans are, your moves are for the next couple of weeks. You've built some walls up around you, and the reason for this is because of past experiences and pains that you've gone through and that you've been experiencing. But Spirit is telling you that you need to take charge of the situation and just go forth. And when you're doing this, it's like you're creating a balance in your life. And so this week you could be finding that you're dividing your time equally amongst people. You want everyone to feel happy. You ultimately are a very charismatic and very what's the word I'm looking for? Someone who cares deeply, very compassionate, very giving to people, and you want to make sure that everybody is happy, and you are going to be creating that balance this week. So it's just all about balancing your time and really just having that set balance in your life. That's what this week is mainly revolving around, and decisions, and knowing that your hard work is going to pay off. but ultimately you just need to create balance. And that's your horoscope for this week, Aquarius. Pisces, this week for you, Pisces. Let's see what's in store for Pisces. So a lot of you right now that are in a relationship could be very happy. A lot of you that are single, that are maybe dating, are very happy, or that are single that want to be in a relationship are going to be happy. There's a lot of happiness right now that's happening in your life, and it almost feels like you feel like you're going into things without, really, you're just taking chances, and you are breaking barriers. You're doing a lot of things that are leading you towards a greater path in your life right now. But at the same time, there is someone in your life who is very much, could be a little older than you, that you may be in a relationship with. It could be someone that is more like a father figure to you. But there's someone that is very much well established in their career. They are very, they know what they want, and they are going to set up almost like boundaries. There's certain things that you may be not aware of at this time of how they are truly feeling. And there's things that could not be discussed. This could be even a boss that is making you feel this way. But you're noticing that there's subtle changes. There's subtle changes that are occurring right now in this person. And, you just don't know how to cope with it. So a lot of you could be feeling like you are, just needing to be your funny side, connect more to your funny side to deal with this. And laughter sometimes is everything for you. But there's a lot of focus on your career right now. There's a lot of focus on what you are wanting as well for the future. And there is going to be a battle that is coming up. Whether it's this week or in the next couple of weeks that Spirit is preparing you for. There is going to be you having to work very hard, and I feel like this is almost talking about in your work life. There are people that are just draining you. This could be a boss. You could feel like you're just scattered and your job is not going anywhere. So there's a lot of that going on. And there's new projects that you could be working on as well. But ultimately, it's going to take some time. This is not going to be an overnight process. So a lot of you could be beating yourself up. You could be emotionally trying to smile, but deep inside you have a lot of insecurities or worries. Just know that Spirit is on your side, and that as long as you keep, a positive outlook, everything is going to be okay. And this is the horoscope for the sign of Pisces for this week. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I do publish on this channel. If you would like to set up a private reading with me, you can go to my website. Again, that's listed here, and on every slide it is www.raymondguzman.net/shop. While you're there, if you'd like to pick up a copy of my new book called Starseed Footsteps, you can do that there, or you can order it off of Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And also be sure to check out my new show. If you haven't seen episodes 1 and 2, it's called Tea with Spirit. And this is a new show in which I it's almost like the psychic version of Dear Abby. For those of you that are not aware, that's almost like a news column. Basically, I'm taking questions from a lot of people all over the world. They submit one question to me by to my email, and then I select 5 questions and I give them advice, spiritual advice. I give them the spiritual tea from Spirit. So it's getting good reviews. A lot of people are very excited about it. If you have one question that you would like to ask, you can send me an email, and my email will be listed in the description box below. It's raymondguzman@hotmail.com, and in the subject line of your email, put Tea with Spirit, and then be very specific with your question in the body of your email. Very specific with your question, and give me an alias that you would like to, because I'm going to be reading. If I do get your question, I'm going to be reading it on air and giving you spiritual advice, but I won't be calling you by your real name for privacy reasons. So you need to give an alias, or if you don't, just put anonymous on it. So other than that, I want to thank you once again. Have a beautiful week. Blessings and love and light. Thank you so much.